I was thinking to myself, I've never done a video on Michael Jordan. You know, iconic basketball player. A favorite for many. Controversial. Well, yeah, controversial in terms of how he went about his business. But like many of you who are into sports, into basketball, a very inspiring expression of what a player could be or should be or is, So, over the years, a lot of people wanted Michael Jordan to do more. I don't know if you want to say for black people or for the community or whatever. But I realize his universal approach as you get older. Not to get too deep into politics, not to get too deep into religion, and understanding that you can't please everyone. But for a person to have enough determination and drive to achieve what he wants to achieve, and is not easily distracted, I think that is a great contribution. To see somebody who is at the highest level of his craft or his job or career is a good expression. Inspirational. We need things like that. We need to see the highest level of performance in things and see the ultimate outcome. So a lot of people think that he is the GOAT, and a lot of people think that no, someone else is. It is, for me, it's clear cut. Somebody may gravitate to a different vibe, a different expression of a thing. But I also do believe that a lot of people are lying to themselves. Even the greatest can make a mistake. You can pull off a move on the greatest, but ultimately I think MJ is the highest expression of basketball that we have seen so far. Other people have had bits and pieces. As great as Kobe is, one thing about Kobe, to mimic someone else and to be efficient and to gain a high level of expression is a great thing. But at the end of the day, MJ is the first. There are things that I see today on videos that people simply cannot do. And they are great. They are great, but simply cannot do what Mike did. Now people will say Mike is not a great 3-point shooter. No, it was not a big part of his game. But there's nothing better than when you need something and you can find it and use it to a high level to get a win. Because you see, there are a lot of great shooters, 3-point shooters specifically, that in a particular moment they fall short. One time, I think I was watching a game. And things were looking bad for the Bulls. And my mom, who doesn't know the game of basketball very well, but know the characteristic of Michael Jordan, and she said, they're not going to stop Mike. They can't stop him. he's going to do something because he does not want to lose. And I always remember that. For her not to know the game, for her not to watch as many games as I did, or be into basketball or played, for her to recognize that quality, that showed me something. She only got bits and pieces. People are into what they're into. But the one thing she know is that when she look at that expression, Mr. Michael Jordan, she knew his determination, and she knew that they would have to kill him to beat him. She expressed that. You know, she knew, you just know. You recognize it. And I think that's what men want to be seen as. Something that can rise to the occasion at the right time and come out with a victory. You know, we should all aspire to that. No, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying other great players or players don't do that. But right now I'm talking about the highest expression. Not to take away anything from anybody else. Me saying that Michael Jordan is the greatest does not make him the greatest. What we have to do, we can look at the numbers, we can look at the display of the artistry, and we recognize something special. When you think about air depicts vastness. Air depicts something that encompasses everything. You know, this is why there's Space Jam. Space means air. It means everything in it, but air depicts a different vastness than everything else. You know, air does not have to mean oxygen. Air means space. You know what I'm saying? They say there's no air. Well, they say there's no oxygen in space. Well, it's air. You know what I'm saying? It's air. So, for me, Michael Jordan is the greatest. Nobody has come close. You have people that are on a high level. But people should stop lying to themselves. When that player comes, that is absolutely and totally different and still is efficient, then we make that judgment. You know? Then we talk about Will Chamberlain and records that will never be broken. But it's a different display. It's a different display. You know? Need to stop lying. Now, with all that being said, Michael Jordan is a human being. I've seen in an interview Michael Jordan say he has to go to the bathroom, of course. So everybody, you see what greatness does? It transcends. Because somebody is so great in something, you figure that they're supposed to be absolutely great. And the only expression that is absolutely great is the creator. Now, obviously, MJ could not be that bad of a human being for people to get on him about how his style of leadership. He could not be. You know? Because look at the results and look at what many players were able to achieve because they were around that greatness. You know? And I'm sure many of them are grateful. So Scottie Pippen. I enjoyed watching Scottie Pippen play. I feel like he was ahead of his time. Obviously, during his playing years, they listed him at 6'7". And we know that he's taller than 6'7". He looks more like 6'9", 6'10", you know. And we've all had it. We've been around people who we have differences with, and so on. And who knows it feels it, you know. But I see a trend of people trying to somehow bring down MJ. And it's disappointing, you know. I heard one man say, I forgot his name, but he's in the music industry, and I think he's on a podcast, and he was saying, listen to Michael Jordan's interviews. He sounds dumb. You know, he never did anything for black people. And I said to myself, you want this man to be what you want him to be so bad that we can see that he's an intelligent man, but you're going to say he's dumb. And that is how hatred is, you know. Hatred also transcends in a negative way, you know. It's weird, but MJ did a lot, not just for sport athletes, but for people in general to aspire to be great. And many people do that in many different arenas. But Scottie Pippen has a big beef. One thing I heard him say is that MJ brought out The Last Dance to somehow remind people that he's better than LeBron. That sounds like an insecure, hating person. You had success with Mike. You see all the YouTube videos, and you really think that Mike has to do that? That tells me that, man, you've been hurt really deep. You know, I respect the game that you demonstrated. You know, that season that Mike was out, you did well. You know, you led well. Your numbers went up. You know, coordinated for such a tall, lanky person, and can basically do everything. You know, but I get it. You know, I get it. People, when you're around someone that is popular, I mean the world over, yeah, there may be a little jealousy and envy. But know that you are an elder statesman. I feel you can express yourself in a more mature way and a more secure way. I realize that you've had some marital issues. You know, for a little while you were laughing stock because of who your wife was associated with. You know. But we understand that people go through things and nobody's perfect. So these things really shouldn't really bother you, especially when you've been through what you've been through, made the money that you made, had the experiences that you had. At some point, security has to come. You know, we all live that life where people talk about you. Never see your rights, they only see your wrongs. But then on the flip side, if you express their wrongs, it's a problem. We all been through it. So what is all this about? You know, I'm sure you've done things for the community. It is not publicized. And I know you just came out with an alcoholic beverage. But maybe the thing that can help you to be more secure and better received is simply to help others. I mean, outside of your own children and your close circle. I think that's a good vibe. That's a good thing to consider. That's a good thing to push or to promote. You know? So I'm not going to say anything derogatory about someone I don't know. You know, a lot of these issues are in the public sphere. So, of course, people will have a comment about it. You know. But yeah, I mean, certain things have already been done. You've made your book. You've expressed how you felt. But I hope for your fans' sake, you can reel yourself back in and contribute more than just your personal feelings and how you feel. You know? Because with what you've achieved, basically, well, you can't tell any man how to evolve or to grow. We do it in our own time, and different things push us in that direction. But hopefully, you know, you'll be able to get over this situation and start to focus on more meaningful, helpful, positive things. Because I think if you invest your time in bringing down another individual, it's actually a waste of time. You know? I heard a commentator say, do you know what Scottie Pippen doesn't have? He doesn't have those iconic shots or moves. That's a lie. The Duncan Patrick Ewing, you know what I'm saying? That comes to mind. I think that was in the playoffs. Was that a playoff game? It was in the playoffs. You know, you've done a lot of great things. And I feel like you haven't gotten the respect, yes. But they can't wipe you out of the history books. So it doesn't matter. You should not feel like you're not given your roses or whatever the case may be. You've done more than many people in the game of basketball, being a professional, being on a championship team, you know, having the records that you have, coming from a junior college. Those are great things. Those things should actually fill your cup and make you satisfied, but I can't tell you how to feel. But anyway, maybe I'll touch on this again. I also like how Michael Jordan deals with these situations. You see, when people have contributed so much and they've done so much, it builds a security in them. They're satisfied with the way what they have done, and they continue to try to grow. You know what I'm saying? You can't tell a man who to like, you can't tell a man who to dislike. You know, a man should always aspire to grow and evolve at every stage of his life. And MJ seems to be doing that. Remember a few years ago he opened that health center? You know, I watched that and I was like, that's a good move. That's growth.
Mister?
Hi, what's going on?
You look like home. You from the Caribbean?
Yeah, from Antigua.
Yeah, I know what home look like. I'm from Trinity.
Okay. Yeah,
We all look alike.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah.
Have a good evening.
So you too. So yeah, man, people out and about. Wish I could show you all this fine data, man, but you know how it is. Yeah, so You know what I noticed for the NBA in the NBA right now, they're not calling as many fouls. I guess because of all the talks of people being or the game being too soft and asterisks being next to certain people or certain players. I guess they're trying to change that. And I think the game is looking better. You know, they're not calling these cheap, weak fouls. And, you know, I'm a 70s baby, so I can appreciate that style of basketball. You know? And in life, you need in life, naturally, there are restrictions. There, you know, you have to fight against something. Nothing is just given to you. So I appreciate that move. And still proud of Kyrie, still holding firm. You know, I know at some point he will play again. You know. I remember one time Michael Jordan was like, even if we didn't get paid for this game, we'd still be playing somewhere. It's a beautiful game. It's a great expression of the human body. You know. So yeah. So yeah, man. Bless up to Michael Jordan and the Bulls. This is my favorite all-time team.
No freedom before death.
Big up to Scottie Pippen. You know.
Credit check.
Keep rising, my brother. And love and honor to all. You know. Yes, sir.
Finally the sun has set. Great expectations, place bets, yo. Check me, don't need no sound check unless it green from the road direct. Taught them the village like I Moses. Secret ridicule, road boys gang. All them gods ya shall be challenged. And a 15% or more like Geico says. Deliver him to his enemies, that's best. No control, go with what she spells. Don't boss all over Europe. Next, if the black woman a goddess, is it all of them, yo? Dreams closer than they know. Seasons invested in say so. Without cred. My fatigue is red. Maybe I'll be a teacher or a killer. Cereal breakfast at the diner. Maybe I'll be the biggest drug dealer. Or maybe a preacher, a judge or a seer. When them flash out I stay slow. No one felt their own growth. I rolled out of head. My fatigue is dread. Don't know the west are the most real. Basic instruction before leaving Elash. Don't tell them sticky bones can a chant our classes. Educational disclaimer. Hit tight boat, move the big old raspbow, yeah. The donkey is stubborn, said the mule to the ass. And the prophets of today messages hashtags black royal family. Don't know Jah. Chop off the fox off its tail like legs. Must reprieve what they trumpets. Though a shaky uploader FAX. The spirits express to all the obsessed, yo. Them refurbish iPhone, but Jah refurbish cell bone. Need not refurbish hell. Nah, buy and sell. Grandma should cry and tell her gang babies tonight that they should fortify. Tell them about the oldest timetables of prophecy, about the wild west in them time. Even the spirits of the dead them co-sign. Have you seen one of them? Their fatigue is red. Maybe I'll be a healer or a chanter, susceptible to the download of the data. Endocrine charter, Father. I have seen Jaja. I have seen New York and Jaja. What them for say? Thanks, Jah. 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 What them for say? Thanks, Jah.